It was an absolutely scathing address and really something a lot of people didn't expect from a former First Lady. They're known for going for the more positive aspects and looking for the more aspirational hits, but really we saw Michelle Obama take aim at President Trump, saying that he's in over his head. It was scathing about 20 minutes and really became the cut-through issue of the Democratic Convention, which we know has been pushed online because of the coronavirus pandemic, and there were concerns about how it would cut through to the general public. But people were certainly taking notice of Michelle Obama. Let's take a look at a bit of what she had to say.
Donald Trump is the wrong president for our country. He has had more than enough time to prove that he can do the job, but he is clearly in over his head. So if you take one thing from my words tonight, it is this. If you think things cannot possibly get worse, trust me, they can and they will if we don't make a change in this election. If we have any hope of ending this chaos, we have got to vote for Joe Biden like our lives depend on it.
Now, we know Joe Biden's appeal with women has also been something of a weak spot, and this seemed like something that Michelle Obama was attempting to address as well. She was extremely supportive of Joe Biden as the candidate for president, as you can imagine, but also in comparison with Donald Trump, she was addressing what might be the uncomfortable topic of saying, look, you have to pick between the lesser of two evils. And it was here that she said that she thought Joe Biden showed much more strength than Donald Trump and that he could learn from his past mistakes.
Now, Joe is not perfect. And he'd be the first to tell you that. But there is no perfect candidate, no perfect president. And his ability to learn and grow, we find in that the kind of humility and maturity that so many of us yearn for right now.
Now, Pete, it wasn't long before President Trump took to Twitter, and that's the best indication that she did land a punch. On Twitter, he said, somebody please explain to Michelle Obama that Donald J. Trump would not be here in the beautiful White House if it weren't for the job done by your husband, Barack Obama. Biden was merely an afterthought, a good reason for that very late and unenthusiastic endorsement. My administration and I built the greatest economy in history of any country, turned it off, saved millions of lives, and am now an even greater economy than it was before. Jobs are flowing. NASDAQ is already at a record high. The rest to follow. Sit back and watch. Also, Pete, addressing what's becoming an increasing weak spot for the president, and that is the state of the economy. It's a big case for him to make to the general public in the lead up to that polling day in November that we're all watching so closely.
Yeah, we are. Meanwhile, Annalise, give us a sense of what it's like in Milwaukee at the moment. It's no doubt feeling the pain of the convention going online.
It is indeed, Pete. It's an absolute ghost town here. It's really extraordinary. You can see behind me the centre where the slimmed down convention was supposed to be held. This wasn't even the original place. And now it's got this massive security presence, all these streets blocked off in downtown Milwaukee, which should be busy, just to make sure no one goes in to make any kind of statement. It's dead. And the real issue here is it was supposed to pump so much money into Milwaukee's economy. There were hotels being renovated in anticipation of this, businesses sizing up, and now so many of them are struggling. I spoke to one bar owner who's usually got 400 people capacity in his bar that's usually full to capacity. Now he says he's lucky to get 4 people in a day.
We were expected to be nonstop busy all day long. And now, I'm sure as you can see behind me that there's very few people around. There's very few people even walking the streets, going off of 50,000 people that would have been here to a few hundred. That is just quite a difference, and you can't really say like anything other than it would have been amazing if we had everyone here.
Now, Milwaukee is fairly blue in the scheme of things. Being on the street here and talking to people as I can, most people do seem sympathetic to the idea that it's a coronavirus pandemic, not much else can be done, but it's still a tough sell for Milwaukee to make sure they do vote Biden this time and not Trump like they did last time.